Okay, so we're going to review some direct variation problems. Remember, direct variation problems is where we set up the proportion box. So kind of keep that in your mind as we're going through the problems. Number 1 says the circumference of a circle varies directly as the diameter. A circle has a diameter of 70 feet and a circumference of 219.8 feet. What is the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 17.5 feet? Okay. So the key terms right here, varies directly. That lets us know we're going to set up a proportion box. Okay. So anytime I see varies directly, I know I need to set up a proportion box. Okay. And I have, what am I comparing? What two things am I comparing? I have the circumference varies directly as the diameter. So I have circumference, diameter. I'm just going to abbreviate because those are long words and I ain't got time for all that. So it says circle has a diameter of 70 feet and a circumference of 219.8 feet. So I have 219.8 and a diameter of 70. And it says, what is the circumference of a circle? So I don't know the second circumference with a diameter of 17.5 feet. Okay. So this is how I set up my proportion box. What do I do now? What? I need to put in the calculator with menu 3-1. If you don't remember, here's a illustration. Okay. So what I'm going to do in menu 3-1 in solve, I'm going to have 219.8 over x is equal to 70 divided by 17.5, comma, x. So I'll put that in my calculator. Escape. I apologize for not being ready. Me 3-1. And here's how you put it in. Because you have a fraction, you need to hit control divide. 219.8. What? Nobody told you to do that. 19.8. On the bottom I have x, arrow, equal sign, control divide, 70 on top, 17.5 on the bottom, arrow over, comma, x. I press enter, and it equals 54.95. What answer choice is that? C. Do I have any questions about that? Let's do another one. This time we're given a graph. And I apologize that the problem is broken up over 2 pages. So your answer choices are on the back right here. But the problem reads on the front. So I'm going to have to kind of flip back and forth. It says the graph above shows the number of minutes it takes to inflate a balloon for a science experiment. Based on the graph, if it takes James 1 minute to inflate the balloon, what is the diameter of the balloon? So we have time in diameter. Okay? So what's the first thing we need to do? Do you all remember with the graph? First thing we need to do is find a good point, huh? Find a perfect point. Okay? Does that look like a perfect point at 2 and 50? Okay? And then so we have time and diameter. So let's set up a proportion box. Time and diameter. Because at 2 minutes, the diameter is 50. So if it takes him 1 minute to inflate the balloon, what is the diameter? So that's what we're trying to figure it out, okay? And then all we need to do is end solve. And we put it in the calculator just as it's set up here. All we're doing is putting an equal sign right there and comma x. So we have 2 over 1 is equal to 50 over x, comma x. Thank you. So, me 3-1. I really appreciate y'all getting these worked out before I get there. That's exactly what I want. I want you yelling the answers out at me. 50. I didn't push control divide. Control divide. 50 x on bottom, right arrow, comma x. So Gabby was correct. You should have gotten 25. And which answer choice is that for you? Is D. Okay. 2 more problems. We halfway there. Does anybody have any questions so far? Is this kind of familiar? This is not so bad, huh? It's a little break from all that foolishness. All right, it says, the table above shows the cost of material at the fabric store. Based on the information in the table, what is the price per yard? So price per yard, they want to know the price for 1 yard, okay? So what can we do to figure out the price per 1 yard? It says, do you remember that the unit rate is also known as constant rate and direct variation? It's the price for 1. So if I were asked to find the unit rate for something, that's asking me how much for 1. So that's what's going on in number 1. We're just asked how much for 1 unit of material given the number of yards and prices. So if we graph this, what is our slope going to be? Well, I asked that backwards. If I graph this, the unit rate will be the same thing as the slope, right? So it seems like that's what I need to do to solve this problem. Let's go ahead and graph it. So we are going to go to list and sheets. You have X, Y, X's, 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. My Y's. Zero, 12.4. You don't have to put that dollar sign in there. Just put in the decimal. 24.8, 37.2, 49.6, and 62. Menu 3, 9. Thank you, Gabby. I ain't do nothing. Hold on. Menu 3, 9. Switch the variables. That was supposed to be x. And then you show the equation by hitting menu 4, 6, 1. What's the equation of the line that you get? Y equals 3.1x plus 0. 0, I know it's a direct variation. 3.1 being my slope. I know that that's the same as a unit rate, which is the price for 1 yard. So what is my answer? C, $3.10. 3.1 is the same as $3.10. Does anyone have a question about that one? All right, let's move to our last one. It says, number 4, the price of placing stepping stones along the side of the driveway varies directly as the number of stones. So price varies directly with stones. We know that varies directly means I'm going to do a proportion box. It says further, Crystal has placed 257 stones for a cost or price of $3,855. How many stones, so that's going to be my X, are needed if the cost or price is $3,060? Let's set up the proportion box here. Okay, what's the answer? I believe you. I'm going to go ahead and circle it, and we're just going to verify that. So I have price varies with stones. And I have 1 and 2. My first price is $3,855. We're not going to put the decimal or the dollar sign. For 257 stones. So I need to know how many stones, I don't know, are going to cost me $3,060. Okay? So I'm going to put this in InSolve. With menu 3.1, I have 3,855, control divide, 3,060 equals 257 over x, comma x. And I believe Gabby, but we are going to put this in our calculator. Me, 3.1, control divide, 3,855, 3,060 on the bottom, right arrow, equal sign, control divide again, 257 over x, comma x. Enter. And she was correct. She's got 204. X equals 204, which is A. Does anybody have any questions about that? No? Do number 5 on your own. I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then we will talk about it. Number 5, again, is one of the crazy ones where like the questions on this page and then the rest of the whole problem is on that page. I'll even read it to you. The area a paint can cover varies directly, so the paint varies directly as the volume of the paint. An area of 11,638 square feet can be covered by 46 gallons of paint. So that's going to be the volume. That's gonna be the paint. And it wants to know how many gallons of paint, that's your X with the paint, are needed to cover an area of 16,698 square feet. That's your other volume. So you set up your proportion box. You can check your answer against mine. Did you get it right? If you did not get it right, do you understand why?